Dreams in the Western world are usually considered as the mirror revealing how we integrate our life experiences. Yet there are aspects which are as important. Dreams are also clairvoyant, that is, psychic in nature. Upon request, they provide material information and facts. And they do have the ability to show in advance the range of success or failure of any decision we want to implement. In other words, they guide us to deal better with the unknowns of life on Earth. For the moment, we will concentrate on facts which are not included in the other subjects. For example, safety is often a concern, and you might like to know ahead of time, will my trip to this country be safe? Or whether an information on the internet or any other source is accurate or relevant to your case. Out of curiosity, I solicited a dream on a hypothetical hurricane. The question was, what American state will be most damaged by a hurricane by the end of 2007? After the tragedy of Hurricane Katrina, I was wondering about new weather catastrophes and how to avoid the loss of lives thanks to accurate predictions. The dream was very simple. I only remember talking to Al Gore, the climate change activist and former vice president. I felt quite confident that it meant this weather condition will arrive in Alabama first, then affect Georgia, perhaps with less magnitude than I guess Katrina before. What happened in reality was reported on the site of Bloomberg.com. As many as 29 tornadoes ripped through Alabama, Georgia and Missouri on March 1st, killing at least 20 people. Sexual abuse is a fact which can be recognized in dreams even when it happened in infancy. The discovery of my own sexual abuse around the age of 2 came after a therapist suspected that my father, who was seen molesting my sister for years, made me his victim as well. This remark led me to seek a tool that could identify the event with precision. The tool was dream incubation. I was hoping to learn what kind of harm was done and was still present, and perhaps to obtain reasons for his behavior. The first picture which came up when I wanted a reply to "Did father abuse me sexually?" made it obvious to me. Yes, the toxic event happened as the phallic marker indicates. The hand was likely used. Yes, the perpetrator was my own father, symbolized by the word Navy and the uniform of his profession. In reality, he was the only one who owned such a jacket and had access to me. However, the prevailing dream representation of sexual abuse at any age is a hook shape. In some cases, it refers to the word hooker as well. Here are a few illustrations. In addition, chocolate brown means abuse of power. This image suggests an incest. The red yarn with specks of black depicts the tainted umbilical connection. The hooked thumb was the instrument of abuse. Hook shapes have the meaning of sexual abuse when the dreamer is addressing this topic and the context of the dream is explicit. Otherwise, hook shapes refer to what the person is holding onto or hooked on. Dreams are creative, so expect other portrayals. This dead chick appeared in my dream to represent a murdered prostitute who was sexually abused as a child. Puns or anagrams can describe a rape, like in the word pair. Any known individual who suffered this tragedy or is a recognized offender personify the abuse as well. Finally, suspect wrong sexual conduct when a symbol of the lacy piece of skin covering the entrance to the vagina of a virgin is present. It can be a snowflake, a shower head, or a canned seat. How do we know for sure when dream images portray real facts? Let us keep using sexual abuse for demonstration. One answer to this question is when others report similar findings. One was expressed in a dream dictionary defining cane, in my mind a common hook shape, as aggression, sadistic or masochistic sexuality. In my dreams, sexual abuse was often a chocolate brown symbol, the color of abuse of power. Those are the words of another writer talking about mandalas. Brown mixed with red produces a deep maroon. Kellogg finds that brown tinged red reveals feelings associated with sexual identity. In the mandalas of a man, this color calls to one's attention areas of taboo such as incestuous wishes. The sexual abuse might be re-experienced in dreams to further admit the reality of it. The physical impact is described in the bioenergetics theory. When anyone is submitted to a brutal act, the body's energy withdraws from the limbs and concentrates on a spot which goes under shock. In my case, it went to the heart. I relived the event as a massive heart attack, followed by the sense of falling apart like a puzzle, all life forces gone. The certitude I accurately deciphered sexual abuse images came when I incubated a dream for Liz, who had a cancer of the uterus. I did recognize my familiar hook symbols. Extra probing revealed that the sexual abuse happened around the age of 3. She confirmed all my informations because the aggressor was caught. I want to thank Liz for validating my dream work and send my best wishes for the cancer to go into remission once and for all. Over the years, I concluded that the pedophile scourge is a foolish attempt by the offender to merge with the innocence of the child or the victim taken by surprise. It is a delusion in order to avoid the hard work of purification necessary for the recovery of one's true power, known as the return home, that is, the original state of innocence as experienced in the spirit world. Symbols standing for the genuine state of innocence are cotton clothing, babies, and white rabbits. To sum it up, dream images perceived as actual facts are truly so when at least one of the following conditions is present. 1. A similar and visible life conduct corroborates what the dream is saying. 2. The event is found real with the dream confirmation techniques explained in dream interpretation. 3. The experience itself is relived in dreams. 4. The same fact is discovered with different tools of knowledge, whether other clairvoyant means, forensics, medical symptoms, or legal investigations. 5. The dream interpretation of the incident is validated by a witness. Use common sense to deal with the informations.